difference between type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. In general, people with diabetes either have a total lack of insulin, which is type 1 diabetes, or they have too little insulin and they cannot use the insulin that they have effectively, and that's type 2 diabetes. And that's the reason why it's called sugar diabetes. So it's not necessarily, it doesn't mean sugar, but it means the glucose that's in your bloodstream cannot be getting rid of because the insulin, there's not enough insulin to transfer, to convert the glucose into energy the body could use. Type 1 diabetes accounts for 5 to 10 out of 100 people who have diabetes, so 5 to 10% of those who have diabetes have type 1 diabetes. It used to be called juvenile onset or insulin-dependent diabetes. In type 1 diabetes, the body's immune system destroys the cells that release insulin, and then eventually they eliminate the insulin production from the body. Without insulin, cells cannot absorb the sugar, glucose, which they need to produce energy. Type 2 diabetes, formerly called adult onset or non-insulin dependent diabetes, can develop at any age. It is most commonly becomes apparent during adulthood, but type 2 diabetes in children is rising. Type 2 diabetes accounts for the vast majority of people who have diabetes, 90 to 95% of all the people in type 2 diabetes. The body isn't able to use the insulin the right way. So essentially very similar effects. One has a little bit of insulin, the other one has no insulin at all, and the type 1 seems to be more of an emergency. There's no way you can actually prevent it, or let's see. So anyways, it's called insulin resistance. So the type 2 diabetes is called insulin resistance. As type 2 diabetes gets worse, the pancreas may make less and less insulin, and then that'll cause an insulin deficiency. So here, there's a chart here. It says that type 1 diabetes cannot be prevented, but type 2 diabetes can be prevented or delayed by having a healthy lifestyle, including maintaining a healthy weight, eating sensibly, and exercising regularly. Type 1 diabetes, there's episodes of low blood sugar level. Hypoglycemia is common, but there are no episodes of low blood sugar level unless the person is taking insulin or certain diabetes medicines in type 2. Symptoms usually start in childhood versus happening in adulthood. So type 1 versus type 2. How are they alike? Both types of diabetes greatly increase a person's risk for a range of serious complications. Although monitoring and managing the disease can prevent complications, diabetes remains the leading cause of blindness and kidney failure. And Elizabeth Hellman had some kidney failures. She had the goiter, exophthalmic goiter, and she had gallstones, in addition to nephritis and and myocarditis, or endo. So it also continues to be a critical risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and foot or leg amputations. So both type 1 and type 2 can lead to heart disease, a stroke, kidney failure, blindness, and foot or leg amputations. And that's how Camillus had died. Actually, they cut off his foot, and it got gangrene, and it got worse. They cut off most of his leg, and then they cut off his other leg, and then he died shortly afterwards. So 8 ways to prevent colon cancer. No, we'll talk about colon cancer next. Let's see. We'll go with diabetes. How there are more than 50 ways to prevent type 2 diabetes, and it essentially is eat healthy and live healthier. So reduce portion sizes. Portion size is the amount of food that you eat. Instead of having a cup of fruit, have half a cup. Instead of 14 ounces of meat, have 6 ounces of meat. If you're trying to eat smaller portions, eat a half a bagel instead of a whole bagel. Have a 3-ounce hamburger instead of a 6-ounce hamburger. 3 ounces is about the size of your fist or a deck of cards. So this is 3 ounces of meat. Drink a large glass of water 10 minutes before your meal so you feel less hungry. Keep meat, chicken, turkey, and fish portions to about 3 ounces. Share 1 dessert. Eat a small meal, Lucille. Use teaspoons, salad forks, or child-sized forks, spoons, and knives to help you take smaller bites and eat less. Make less food look like more by serving your meal on a salad or breakfast plate. So having that 3 ounces of meat, put it on top of a salad, so that way you're eating more food. It fills your stomach up more. Just like that, drinking that water. If you drink a glass of water, it fills your stomach up. By eating slowly, too. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to signal your brain that your stomach is full. So eat and then wait and drink a thing of water so that way your stomach is already full. They say listen to music while you eat instead of watching TV. When you're watching TV, you're just shoveling it in your face. But if you're listening to music, then you're more, paying attention to your surroundings. It says, how much should I eat? Try filling your plate like this: 1/4 protein, 1/4 grains, a half fruits and vegetables, and then some dairy. So 1/4 of it's protein, 1/4 of it's grains, and then half of it should be vegetables and fruits. So half of the stuff that you're eating should be vegetables and fruits, and then dairy. Move more each day. Find ways to be more active each day. Try to be active for at least 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Walking is a great way to get started, and you can do it almost anywhere at any time. Bike riding, swimming, dancing are also good ways to move more. If you're looking for a safe place to be active, contact your local parks department or health department to ask about walking maps, community centers, and nearby parks. Dance it away, Faye. Show your kids the dances you used to do when you were their age. Turn up the music and jam while doing household chores. Work out with the video that shows you how to get active. I heard actually just jumping rope. I mean, actually, I know jumping rope just for 1 minute works on some cardio. So just 1 minute worth of jumping rope is able to get that, get your heart beating, and that's just 1 minute. 1 minute. You can't get really less time than that. Let's go, Flo. Deliver a message in person to a coworker instead of sending an email. So in person, right? Instead of typing an email, walk to them. Go talk to them. Take the stairs to your office, or take the stairs as far as you can, then take the elevator the rest of the way. Catch up with friends during a walk instead of by phone. Again, walking with friends, hanging out with them. March in place while you watch TV. If you're watching TV, just march in place, right? Really, it's just about moving your body. There's that elliptus machine that I've been going to the gym every once in a while. I need to start doing it more daily. But the elliptus is just, I'm moving my arms, and then I'm moving my legs, and it's really easy, but it's just a way to sort of get your body moving. So choose a place to walk that's safe, such as the local mall. Get off of the bus 1 stop early and walk the rest of the way home or work if it is safe. So you don't always have to let the bus take you all the way to your house, especially if you live in the city. Make healthy food choices. Find ways to make healthy food choices. This can help you manage your weight and lower your chances of getting type 2 diabetes. Choose to eat more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Cut back on high-fat foods like whole milk, cheeses, and fried foods. So again, vegetables and fruits. I suck with vegetables and fruits, I'll be honest. And grains, I like breads, but I'm not very good with fruits and vegetables. So I need to eat more fruits and vegetables myself, and more grains, and then cut back on my meat. This will help reduce the amount of fat and calories that I take in each day. Snack on a veggie, buy a mix of vegetables when I go food shopping. Choose veggie toppings like spinach, broccoli, and peppers for my pizza. Try eating foods from other countries. I do like peppers and onions. Try eating with some meat and potatoes. I like potatoes too. So I don't even know that's not grain or fruits and vegetables. So try eating foods from other countries. Many of these dishes have more vegetables, whole grains, and beans. Buy frozen and low-salt canned vegetables. They may cost less and keep longer than the fresh ones. So frozen and canned vegetables. That way you can have vegetables for a longer duration. Serve your favorite vegetable in a salad with low-fat macaroni and cheese. So macaroni and cheese, I mean, these are all good things. Vegetables, salads, canned vegetables, frozen vegetables, whole grains, beans. Cook with care, stir fry, boil, bake with non-stick spray or low-salt broth. Cook with less oil and butter. So non-stick spray or low-salt broth, not oil and butter. Stop using oil and butter. Try not to snack while cooking or cleaning the kitchen. Cook with smaller amounts of cured meats, smoked turkey and turkey bacon. Cook with smaller amounts of cured meats. They are high in salt. So smoked turkey, turkey bacon. Cook in style, Kyle. Cook with a mix of spices instead of salt. Try different recipes for bacon or broiling meat, chicken, and fish. So, different recipes. Try bacon. I guess bacon makes it healthier. Choose foods with little or no added sugar to reduce calories. Choose brown rice instead of white rice. I don't know why, but apparently brown rice is better for you. Eat healthy on the go, Joe. Have a big vegetable salad with low-calorie salad dressing when eating out. Share your main dish with a friend or have the other half wrapped to go. Make healthy choices at fast food restaurants. Try grilled chicken with the skin removed instead of a cheeseburger. Skip the fries and chips. Choose a salad. Order a fruit salad instead of ice cream or cake. Okay, so I want to go back here to where it says about the cheese. What they say when they say something about cheeses being bad? Cut back on high-fat foods. So apparently whole milk is the only milk I ever get, so maybe I should. 2%, does that mean you're only getting, it's 98% water? Couldn't I buy whole milk and then water it down, 98%? I'm not for sure how whole milk works. But cheeses and fried foods. Stop frying your foods, and it says cheese and whole milk are fat foods, fatty foods. So stay away from them. I really think if you had exercised, I think all the food that you eat would go towards being burnt. If you drank whole milk, try changing it to 2% milk. There we go. It's less fat than whole milk. Once you get used to 2% milk, then try 1% or fat-free skim milk. This will help you reduce the amount of fat and calories you take in each day. Drink water instead of juice or regular soda or sweet tea or Kool-Aid. Find a water bottle you really like from a church or club event, favorite sports team, and drink water from it every day. Peel and eat an orange instead of drinking orange juice. So peel and eating an orange is better than orange juice. Orange juice is pretty good. Skip the fries. Order a fruit salad instead of ice cream or cake. Eat smart, Bart. Make at least half of your grains whole grains, such as whole grain breads and cereals, brown rice, and quinoa. Use whole grain bread for toast and sandwiches. Keep a healthy snack with you, such as fresh fruit, a handful of nuts, and whole grain crackers. So always carry, some cherries and grapes in your pocket. Have a handful of nuts, some pecans, and walnuts. Whole grain crackers. So not half grain, but whole grain. Slow down at snack time. Eating a bag of low-fat popcorn takes longer than eating a candy bar. Share a bowl of fruit with family and friends. Eat a healthy snack or meal before shopping for food. Do not shop on an empty stomach. Shop at your local farmer's market for fresh local food. Keep track, Jack. Make a list of foods you need to buy before you go to the store. Keep a written record of what you eat for a week. It can help you see when you tend to overeat or eat foods high in fat or calories. Read the label, Mabel. Compare food labels on packages. Choose foods lower in saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, calories, salt, and added sugars. So I guess all those things are bad. Saturated fat, bad. Trans fat, bad. Cholesterol, bad. Calories, bad. Salt, bad. Added sugars, bad. You can exhale, Gail. Take time to change the way you eat. Get active. Try one new food or activity a week. Find ways to relax. Try deep breathing, taking a walk, or listening to your favorite music. Pamper yourself. Read a book. Take a long bath or meditate. Think before you eat. Try not to eat when you are bored, upset, or unhappy. So think before you eat. Don't eat when you're bored, upset, or unhappy. Pamper yourself. Read a book. Take a nice long bath. Meditate. Try deep breathing. Find ways to relax. That's probably helps with hypertension. Deep breathing, taking a walk, or listening to your favorite music. Take time to change the way you eat and get active. Try one new food or activity a week. Be creative. Honor your health as your most precious gift. There are many more ways to prevent or delay type 2 diabetes by making healthy food choices and moving more. Discover your own and share them with family, friends, and neighbors. Make up your own, Tyrone or Simone. Track your progress. Things to remember. Talk to your doctor about your risk for getting type 2 diabetes and what you can do to lower your chances. Take steps to prevent diabetes by making healthy food choices, staying at a healthy weight, and moving more each day. Find ways to stay calm during your day. Being active and reading a good book can help you lower stress. Keep track of the many ways you're moving more and eating healthy by writing them down. So, if you don't want to die of type 2 diabetes, those are some things that you can do. Now, here's WebMD. It says the 2 most common ways that people get type 2 diabetes obesity, being fat, and a lack of physical activity, the two most common causes. It's responsible for 95% of diabetes cases, those two things, obesity and physical activity. So what causes it? It's when the pancreas does not produce any insulin, or very little insulin, or the body does not respond appropriately to insulin, and that's a condition called insulin resistance. So unlike people with type 1 diabetes, people with type 2 diabetes produce insulin. However, the insulin their pancreas secretes is either not enough, or the body is unable to recognize the insulin and use it properly. It's insulin resistance. When there isn't enough insulin, or the insulin is not used as it should be, glucose, sugar, can't get into the body cells and builds up in the bloodstream instead. When glucose builds up in the blood instead of going into cells, it causes damage in multiple areas of the body. Also, since cells aren't getting the glucose they need, they can't function properly. The role of insulin in the cause of type 2 diabetes. To understand why insulin is important, you need to understand more about the food, or understand more about how the body uses food for energy. Your body is made up of millions of cells to make energy. These cells need food in a very simple form. When you eat or drink, much of the food is broken down into a simple sugar called glucose. Then glucose is transported through the bloodstream to these cells, where it can be used to provide the energy the body needs for daily activities. Carrying on, hereditary, genetic susceptibility. It plays an important part in determining who is likely to develop type 1 diabetes. Genes are passed down, but that's type 1. So, yeah, environmental factors, foods, viruses, toxins may play a role. What causes type 2? It says it's a combination, including insulin resistance, condition when the body's muscle, fat, and liver cells do not use insulin effectively. Type 2 diabetes develops when the body can no longer produce enough insulin to compensate for the impaired ability to use insulin. Symptoms of type 2 diabetes may develop gradually and can be subtle. Some people with type 2 diabetes remain undiagnosed for years. Type 2 diabetes develops most often in middle-aged and older people who are also overweight or obese. The disease, once rare in youth, is becoming more common. Genetic susceptibility plays a significant part of the susceptibility to type 2 diabetes. Having certain genes or combination of genes may increase or decrease a person's risk for developing the disease. The role of genes is suggested by the high rate of type 2 diabetes in families and identical twins and wide variations. So it matters, okay? It matters. Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into that farther. Diabetes Health Center. See, the amount of glucose in the bloodstream is tightly regulated by insulin and other hormones. Insulin is always being released in small amounts by the pancreas. When the amount of glucose in the blood rises to a certain level, the pancreas will release more insulin to push more glucose into the cells. This causes the glucose levels in the blood to drop. To keep blood glucose levels from getting too low, which is hypoglycemia or low blood sugar, the body signals you to eat and releases some glucose from the stores kept in the liver. It also signals the body to lower the amount of insulin being released. People with diabetes either don't make insulin, or their body cells no longer are able to recognize insulin, leading to high blood sugars. By definition, diabetes is having a blood glucose level greater than or equal to 126 milligrams per decimeter after an overnight fast, not eating anything, or by having a non-fasting glucose level. This is going over my head. So, essentially, I don't know the science or the medical terms behind it, but eating healthy. Drinking water, eating healthy, eating more fruits and vegetables, eating more grains, cutting back on the amount of meat, having 3 ounces of meat, just as much as your fist. That's how much 3 ounces is. So don't eat any more, just eat your hand per setting, and just eat, a couple times. Don't eat when you're stressed. Don't eat, watch a TV, listen to music, find different activities to do. Dance, exercise, run, play basketball, jog, bicycle, dance while you're, cleaning your house, listening to music, eat when you're listening to music, learn to meditate, kind of treat yourself, to a nice warm bath, and sort of just take care of yourself, right? It's your health, mind, body, soul, spirit. So take care of yourself, right? This stuff is important. So that's diabetes. I'm going to talk about colon cancer coming up.